Welcome to a new video. Today we are going to talk about Python's map and filter functions. These are built-in functions that allow you to transform and filter data in an efficient and clean manner. First up, let's talk about the map function. In essence, map allows you to apply a function to every element in an iterable, like a list or tab. It's especially useful when you want to perform some transformation on data without having to write explicit loop. So let's define a list of numbers here from 1 to 5, and we are going to create a function to square a number. Let's say define square x, and we will say return x squared. Now we are going to use the map for squaring each number in the list. We will say squared numbers, we will use map, then we will say square numbers here. So let me quickly show you what it returns here. You can see it returns a map object, and if you want this in a list format, we are just going to say list, and then we are going to say squared numbers. So we can transform our map object to a list. In this piece of code, we have a list of numbers, and we use the map function to square each number in that list. The map function returns a map object, as you can see here, which we then convert back to a list to view the results. Let's do another example. Let's create a list of strings. Let's say names, and we will say Alice, Bob, Charlie, and let's say David here. Let's define a function to convert a string to uppercase. We will say define to upper name, and then return name.upper. Now we are going to use the map to convert each string in the list to uppercase. We will say upper names, and then we will say map. We will pass the to upper function here, and then we will give the list. So now it's a map object, as you can see here, and what we are going to do is we are going to use print list, and let's say upper names here. Here we applied the toUpper function to each element in the names list, converting each name to uppercase. Now let's move on to the filter function. As the name suggests, filter allows you to filter out elements in an iterable based on a function that returns true or false. So let's again define a list of numbers. Let's do 1 to 10 this time. I'm quickly going to do that here. And then let's create a function to check if a number is even. So we will use define is even, then we will pass x inside, return x, the even condition, and here it is. Now we are going to use the filter to get only even numbers from the list. Let's say even numbers, and we will say filter is even, and then we will give numbers here. Let's see what it looks like. And now we are going to convert this in the list format, and you are going to see we only got the even numbers from that number list. In this example, we use the filter function to obtain all the even numbers from the list. The function is even returns true if a number is even and false otherwise. Only the numbers for which is even returns true are kept in the new list. Let's do another example here. Let's create a new list with strings here. Let's say words, and let's just give fruit names like apple, banana, cherry, and let's say date here. And let's run. So we are going to create a function to check if a word starts with A. So we will say define starts with A, straightforward. Word we will pass in, then we are going to return word first element, and we will say A here. Now we are going to use filter to get words that starts with A. So what we are going to do is words starting with A, and we will say filter starts with A and words. And let's get this as a list. So we will say print list words starting with A. Here we filter out words that do not start with the letter A. The function starts with A returns true for words that starting with A and false otherwise. You can also chain map and filter together to perform complex transformations. Do you remember the list of numbers we created? We are going to use that in this example too. Let's define a function again. We already defined it, but let's redefine it. We are going to check is even. And now we are going to do the other function we define square x. We will say x squared here. Also we need to use return. Now we are going to combine these two. We are going to use the filter to get even numbers and then square them using map. Let's say even squared numbers. Then we will say map square, and here we are going to use filter is even and numbers. And here it is. Let's get this and what it looks like. Also we need to convert this into a list, but you can see that it's a map object again. And we are going to say print list even squared numbers. We only got the squared versions of 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10, which are even numbers. Okay, let's talk about it. Here we first filter out the odd numbers using filter and the isEven function. Then we use map and the square function to square each remaining number. Finally, we convert the map object back to a list to view the transformed data. Alright, that wraps up our tutorial on Python's map and filter functions. As you can see, they are super helpful for quickly transforming and filtering data without the need for explicit loops. Thanks for watching my video. I'm creating content about programming and data science. You can subscribe to my channel for more. Have a great day. Thanks for watching the video. I'm sharing 2 or 3 new videos every week about data science and Python programming. You can subscribe to my channel for more videos like this.